Hey y'all, I'm Beth. Welcome back to my channel. It is time to do the November plan with me and reveal our penultimate, second to last, theme for the year based on the 10,000 doors of January. And our door this month is the oak door. And of course, I've taken inspiration from Oxford and Cambridge and just really old libraries. I think this is the first door that I've put indoors though. So it just looks like a normal door. It's as opposed to a freestanding door outside. But I definitely wanted to put it in a library. I wanted it to look like it was coming out of the stacks. So there we go. Even December's door, which I've already designed the door, is an outside door standing by itself. So here we go. The one and only odd door out. The kit is very dark academic leaning for sure, and I'll throw up some pictures of it because as usual we have the door. I printed myself this time the door that doesn't have a calendar on it. I just didn't want the calendar on my door this month. We have some iconography and we have some florals and we have some quotes and we have some date stickers. These are all available over on my Patreon. You don't have to be a patron to purchase it, but it is free for the Beyonders and the Elementals on my Patreon tiers. So head on over there if you're curious about checking this out or if you want to download it. And I'm going to go ahead and get mine tipped in. I just used Scotch tape and a journal card. Just any edge will do. I don't even remember what this came in. I think I say that every time, but I don't. I have no idea what it came in. And we are going into November a little crazy. It's a little crazy. And I mentioned in my plan with me this week that I was a little overwhelmed. It is now Wednesday? ? Yes. November 23rd. Normally, I like to have these plan with me's go up about 10 days early, so we're running behind, and I did not stick that on there correctly at all. See if I can get that off. And we will try again. Yeah, things have just been a little crazy on a couple of fronts. I'm gearing up for end-of-year content, which I'm sure you hear every content creator in the planner community say is a busy time, because it is the truth. It is a busy time for us. It's a good time for us, but it's a busy time for us. I still have this situation going on with my back. My C5, my C6 is still flared up, so filming is not the most comfortable thing in the world for me right now. Neither is editing, so sitting at a computer is hard. I still have to put up my son's custom bullet journal for October. I have it. It's filmed. I even have November filmed. Neither one of them is edited. Now, I started to edit and suddenly realized I was editing November and not editing October. So I gotta go catch up. So you'll probably, next week sometime, probably see both of those drop back to back. You'll get October and then you'll get November right along with it so that you can see what those setups look like in that custom creative bullet journal. But there we go. We've got my door in. I do typically stick a piece of tape right here, but I got those after I messed up that first piece. I got those other two in really tightly, so I don't think I need that. And this month I printed headers for myself, which I've been doing. Let me flip back. I had been doing these very simple headers, and I got bold this month and I made them chunky. They're big. I just decided to make them a little more, artistic, a little different of a font, that sort of thing. So when I say chunky, look, they're this big. And I did date headers for myself as well, and they're the same size. They're big. I was like, I'm just going to go bold. I'm going to go big. I did make these available to my patrons in any tier, free, so everybody gets these. I thought if I'm making them for myself, I might as well make them for everybody else too. Obviously, with a name like the Oak Door, our color is brown. I just can't call it the brown door. That's boring. So I have an accent color. This is a Tombow 992, and then this is an oatmeal Zig Clean Color dot marker. It's one of the singles they're almost exactly the same color. And I don't normally get quite that lucky when I'm trying to pick a dot marker and, like a highlight marker. But we did it. We have it. So, so I have the two of them. And I am just going to go ahead and write my month up here. I thought about doing a my month header. But then when I was making it available to my patrons, I'm like, well, I don't know if they really want one that just says my month. That's such a distinctly me thing that I've been doing for 3 or 4 months now. Just writing my month. It's fine. It doesn't have to match my headers. It's nice to have something different on the page. The one thing that is going to be really different on this particular page on my dashboard is I'm not putting in like the cool stuff. So I'm not putting in my writing group and that sort of thing. And that's just because I have a lot up in the air and I don't want to pin it in quite yet. Here in the US, November means Thanksgiving. Not much of a Thanksgiving girly. Not that I'm not thankful. It's just not a holiday I really love. Don't know what the plan is right now. I'll probably have both my boys with me for Thanksgiving. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. See, look, they're chunky. I like them, though. I don't know. It's different. It is different than anything else I've done in here. For sure. And honestly, it's me just kind of testing the waters on what I want things to look like for 2025. You might see these in 2025. You might not. If I decide I don't like them in the long run. I don't know. I'll probably try something different for December. See what I like best. But yeah, we're still going to put in moons. We're going to put in wellness. I didn't think about how long of a word wellness is. It'll fit. We'll get it right there. We have a number of different appointments in November. So we're going to make a point of separating out wellness. If I just have therapy or whatnot, I tend to just keep it as it is and not break out wellness. And then I typically do a header titled Seasons, and I forgot. And I wasn't going to go back and change the whole sheet for one word. So I'm going to use events on seasons because I created a bunch of words on there that would suit other people that I might not be using in my journal. Like one says habits and all of those different things for other people. All right. So if you're new here, I have an evolving system called my Elemental Life Operating System, or ELOS for short. And essentially, it's a way for me to designate out my life domains and keep them narrowed down to 5 instead of the 9 or the 10 that a lot of the systems have, like Moxie Life and Passion Planner, and it's just too many for me, and it makes my brain go crazy. And so we have Earth, Air, Water, Fire, and Spirit. Those are the 5. I have a life domain assigned to each one of them. During Planmas, I've decided I'm going to put up a video every day from December 1st through the 25th. During Planmas, I'm planning to do a deep dive on each one of these. So, like, what does fire mean to me? Earth, all of those sorts of things. If you're interested in that, you might want to hit the subscribe button because that's where more information about that is going to drop. And then I'm trying to figure out what 2025 is going to look like for ELOS because it's time for me to start building it out into a full-blown system. My patrons are going to be part of that. And if you want to be part of that, you know where to go. Links down in the description box. All right, so on my dashboards, I've just been using the triangle shapes that are assigned to the elements. And then Spirit, I just make a little swirly loop-de-loop. And I've been trying to not overwhelm myself with things to do in each one of my life areas each month. Beginning in, late May, early June, things got really difficult for me. And so I pared it back from like 3 things a month to 1 thing a month. And I think I'm going to use that marker to draw a line, and it's probably going to be a wobbly line, but y'all can bear with me. We don't do perfection here. We used to. Boy, ever did we used to. And then I just managed to find the inner fortitude to let go of a lot of perfectionism on the page. And I'm much happier for it, let me tell you. So the top one is Earth. That one is Home and Hearth. And there is, I don't want to jinx it, there's potential I might be moving again. Moved in March, and it is an anomaly that I'd be moving again, but it's a possibility. Right now, I just need to keep it clean and water my plants. Because a couple of days ago, and this is the reason that I only have one, I have a bunch of pothos or philodendron in my house and one aloe, because the pothos and the philodendron will tell you when they are sad. They will, but they won't immediately die. A lot of plants, once you start seeing them limp over, it's done. You're finished. You can't save them. A pothos, it starts limping over and you're like, oh, you need some water. And I honestly could not remember when I had last watered my plants. It had been 3-4 weeks. I don't know. The poor things. When I start neglecting myself, I start neglecting my plants too. The poor guys, when they were just pitiful. And they're all perked up now because I grabbed the watering can and I watered them all at once. And they're all like, woohoo, yay. So they're very excited. But yes, I just need to keep things together right now. And sometimes that's okay. You know what? If you're just picking up after yourself and you're keeping the plants alive, sometimes that's all you need. And if that's the magnitude of your bandwidth, then that's all you need to do. All right, air is career and creativity. And my focus is plan mess. If y'all want videos, I gotta focus on it. I've got a new everyday carry setup coming, which for me is my bullet journal, regardless of whether I'm in a Sterling ink, whether I'm in a bullet journal, whether I'm in a creative journal. It's always the bullet journal method. It's my everyday carry. I'll have a reading journal, brand new reading journal setup coming. I think I've got a video for my new little wellness journal coming, and just my son's creative bullet journal for 2025. Just lots of stuff coming. All right, fire is relationships. I actually haven't seen my closest friends pretty much all this month. Let's just go ahead and say friend dates and try to make that, we'll make it ×2 because Thanksgiving and everything is in there. I was going to say let's shoot for 3, but that might be asking a little much of somebody when they're also juggling family and all of that sort of thing. So earth, air, fire. Water is health and wellness. I'm trying out this new wellness journal situation. So I just need to try to stick with it. I have not done a good job in October. I had all these goals for October and I've not done a good job. We're going to put the big hurdle, as always, and I've mentioned it 100 times on this channel, is movement. I've got to move more. All right, and then spirit, not sure what I'm going to do with spirit yet. And the spirit element is ether. It is essentially what it says it is. It's all of those things that feed my spirit or spirituality, all of that sort of stuff. We're going to leave that empty right now. Okay, let's make some moons. Let's put in our moon phases. All right, so we have the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd are our moon days. And the 1st is a new moon. Color that in black. And then on the 8th, we have the 1st quarter. We have a full moon on the 15th. And the 22nd is a last quarter. All right, events. I am going to go ahead and put in here on the 1st that Samhain starts. It really starts the day before on Halloween, but I just want to have it in there. And then on the 22nd of November, Sagittarius season starts, which is always a fun thing to... I should start just using the symbols instead of writing out Sagittarius. Yeah, maybe I'll remember that next time. Like I said, I've got some wellness things going on. Let's see, I just put in the dates first. 4th, 18th again, 22nd. Right now I'm doing therapy every 2 weeks. If things keep staying a little on the stressed out side, I may have to bump that up to more often. And then on the 18th, I just have my annual checkup with my OBGYN. Go in, tell him my hormone replacement therapy is working great, have him check me out, go out. It's detailed as it gets. And then I have therapy later that afternoon. So the OBGYN is in the morning. I have therapy in the afternoon. And then on the 22nd, I am having a check-in with my psychiatrist. My regular viewers know that I live with bipolar disorder. I had a very difficult summer. We had to move some medications around, increase some dosages. And this is just a follow-up to see how all of that is going. And yes, I am still feeling better. I'm definitely not feeling depressed like I was over the summertime, but I am a little stressed out. But it's normal stressed out. Any normal human would be stressed out dealing with what I have going on right now. And then I'll probably come in and put in like a stuff. I did print myself one that's just says stuff, and try to put in some other things like when I have a date with a friend, if I can get one nailed down on the calendar, and whatever we're doing for Thanksgiving, and when my writing circles are. But all of that's up in the air right now. I can't stick it on a calendar at the moment. So can't do that. All right, we are going to flip back to the monthly. And here is October. This is how my memory keeping is going. I've kind of just started sticking like some kind of icon from the stencil and like a sentence or something. I mean, right now the most exciting thing to happen is that I got a haircut yesterday, finally. And so, new hair. Who is she? I hadn't had a haircut in, I think it was like a year. My son Kenny adopted a new fur baby, so I have a new grandkitty. His name is Finch, and he's very adorable. He's a cuddle muffin. He wants to be attached to Kenny 24/7. Just absolutely 24/7. So we're going to do something similar for the November. I'm going to go ahead and make space for writing in my social stats, just so I can do a monthly check-in on YouTube subscribers and that kind of thing. I try to keep a healthy mindset when it comes to these kinds of numbers and not get caught up in all the brouhaha. Therefore, monthly check-in is what works for me right now. Okay, I have cut out some things from my kit. Let's see what I have. I have a quote and this little Harry Potter looking guy. That's for here. This is for my habit tracker page. That's for here. Lady is for here. I do have the headers to put at the top for the days of the week. And this November header. I think that's it. Let's do that. While we're doing this, tell me what your plans are for November. If you are a U.S. person, do you do the whole big family thing for the holiday? Or do you do a Friendsgiving? I'm more apt to do a Friendsgiving these days than I am one with family. Now it sounds terrible, but it's true. Other than my boys. My boys can come to the Friendsgiving. But are you in school? Or are you going to have to study for finals in December? Do you celebrate any of the myriad of holidays between American Thanksgiving and the New Year? There's a lot of them in there. Let me know which ones you celebrate down in the comments below. I'm always curious to know. It's one of the reasons that I hate planners that come with holidays in them, because they always lean distinctly American. I think that's just rude. That's one of the things I do like about the Sterling Ink Common Planner for sure, was that she chose to not put any holidays in it. And I was like, yes, that was a wise decision. That was the way to go. Some of those I stuck in super crooked, and y'all, I just don't care. I don't have it in me. It is actually much later at night right now than I would normally be working, even for the channel, and yet here I am. I was like, I'm just gonna finally film this. But then you get set to film and you think you're ready to film and you think you have everything ready to go. I still had on black nails. I hadn't changed over to my brown nails. My brown nails that also serve as weapons. I could severely disfigure other humans with whom I come in contact with over the course of I know what it is. I took the time to cut my black nails off and put my brown nails on. I know y'all don't care. You'd been like, oh, she still has on the black nails. That's fine. All right, stick my little witchy girl over there. We'll stick my dude over here. It wasn't until I was cutting him out that I was like, I don't know. That robe actually makes him look like he's singing in the choir rather than an academic robe. You know? You're never going to be able to unsee it now. Now that I've said it, you won't be able to unsee it. I can't unsee it. That's all I can see now. Is the little Harry Potter guy singing in the choir. All right. This quote says, books can smell of cheap thrills or painstaking scholarship, or literary weight or unsolved mysteries. Put it over here. It's not straight. Pop it up. Oh, well, that's not straight either. It's fine. All right. And then lots of writing iconography in this one. Got a pen. I've got letters. I've got envelopes, typewriter, all the academic things. I've never actually had the thought process of setting out to specifically do Dark Academia theme. And yet here we are. It wasn't very long into planning the November door that I knew it was leaning in that direction, that it had that bent. And I was like, okay, we're going to go with it. Here is my tracker page. And then I will use this dot marker to do my bar graph, which is my hours of sleep. And then I will use this dot graph for my steps. As you can see, I need to be getting more movement in my day. And then this line graph with the hollow dots is for water. And I'm also going to go ahead and put a line between the 7 and the 8 just to kind of mark where my sweet spot on sleep is supposed to be, or is close to where it's supposed to be. It's actually 7 hours and 20 minutes per my sleep app is where my sweet spot. But that gives me just a visual when I'm drawing my bar graph of where that spot is. And that is it, y'all. There's my tracker for November. I'll put some sort of beginning of the month reflection here. I'm recording my books on this side right now. The month is ready for us to memory keep in. And then my daily pages are ready to go. I really had no idea how many pages to leave myself for the end of October. I probably left a few too many, because this is yesterday. I was so busy today at work. I didn't daily log a thing. I hit the ground running for an event and barely sat at my desk at all today. It's been crazy. It's been nuts. But we are ready to go for November with the oak door. I hope you enjoy the Dark Academia theme. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one.